Hello and welcome to Hobby Homies. We are your weekly tabletop podcast. I'm Shane, as always, hanging out remotely with Fox.
Howdy.
And we are back in Discord, back online, back in lockdown. Lockdown episode 6. What's this one?
Revenge of the
Sith.
Yeah. Revenge of the 6th. Revenge of the Delta? I don't even
Something.
know.
There's a pun there, but we can't do it.
No. That requires a much higher intellect than we bring on the podcast. We bring a smooth energy here.
Yeah, we're like a flat 10. That's at least a 12 there, right there.
Yeah, for sure. On our IDs, people aren't sure if it's our ages or our IQ.
Yeah.
So 31, is that your IQ there, buddy?
Just standing there, just drooling.
It's my birthday. It is actually, by the time this episode comes out.
Oh, true.
Oh,
Happy
wait.
birthday.
No, sorry. If you're listening to this episode on release on Sunday, it's the next day. And thank you, Shane. You're the first person to wish me happy birthday.
It's early. Premature.
Premature, but that's fine. I accept.
You want to know something spicy?
What's up?
Today, this day we are recording right now, in 365 times, we got to go around that sun one more time.
Yeah.
It will be my wedding day.
Struth. Wait.
Yeah.
You're saying today?
Today, but in a year. Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, I didn't know what the whole 365. That's above my pay scale.
We got to hurdle around that sun one more time.
Damn.
Then it's on.
One
Beers
full
are on.
time. Oh. You don't even know. No, I think you know.
I know.
Yeah, man.
Oh God, I know.
I can't wait. That's exciting, man.
Yeah.
That's mad. I wish we could fast forward because I assume by then we're out of COVID.
I would hope so. And I believe Caitlin hopes so as well.
We'll see. Give her another year with you. We'll see.
Yeah, true. She's already got too much time to think about it. I managed to somehow trick her into marrying me. I don't know.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
I believe in you. You just need to. You're playing trick or treat for another 365 days. So
that's right.
The countdown is on. Hey, yo, question.
Yo.
What are we talking about today?
We are talking about. This is a big old tangent. It's 5 minutes in and we're still talking shit. We are talking about 5 Parsecs From Home. Now, this is an interesting one. I don't know. Who do we hear this from? Was it MJ? Was it Rad? Someone in the Discord, surely.
Totally. So we heard it from Rad, who heard it from MJ. I think the first time MJ said it, just like it went over our heads like a bunch of games do. You got to really catch us on the second or third go.
Oh, dude, it's like when Moose mentioned War Surge. Like we just whiffed it.
Yeah. Like, okay, Moose. Yeah, we'll play War Surge. And then we're like, oh man, this War Surge game is great.
Yeah, I can't believe we found this.
Yeah, all by ourselves. This is mine now.
Same thing with 5 Parsecs. We found this.
Yeah, this is ours.
Yeah, so a solo or a single player RPG narrative war game, which is so many words you wouldn't really expect to be in the same sentence.
Yeah, it's like a delicious breakfast smoothie where someone's just put in everything that you would probably want in a game, particularly during lockdown, and they hit the blend button, and I gotta say it's tasted pretty good.
Oh yeah. Going down a treat.
How would you, Shane, we'll fill the gaps together because we're both pretty raw in this dish right now. Like this is a game that's been percolating for maybe the last week for us, and we've only really had some time to do the bare minimum. So how would you describe 5 Parsecs and what you know about it to a person that's going, okay, you said it's solo and RPG or whatever, but what does that mean? And I'll try and fill the gaps. What do you want me to start?
Well, oh man, that's that's good. But I don't really know how to answer that question because, like, I don't know enough about the game. I think to answer that, well,
yeah.
The whole narrative side of thing is so interesting to me. I froth anything with narrative. Solo also good. Sometimes you have to play by yourself. Can't always play with a friend.
True.
So that's going to be a big thing. And any excuse to paint up models for like a different system or different game is another spicy little nugget.
Yeah, it really does tick all the boxes.
Yeah, but basically, I guess you roll up your crew. You can either choose them or roll on a D100 table 15 times for each character to pre-generate them.
Yeah.
And then you build your ship, and you go and start doing missions as mercenaries or, anything you want to be, I guess.
Yeah, it is very cool in that regard. It's like, it's pretty deep with how you roll up your crew, you give them a background, a motivation, a class, and those things determine like what kind of in-game stuff you get, be it for your crew or for that individual.
Yeah.
And then it's a campaign-based game as well, which is super exciting. You do play an actual tabletop game, but there's like an RPG element either side of it. So I think a turn sort of consists of some off-the-table kind of stuff you do, like you can assign your crew to do different things on a particular world, or you could travel to a new one. You could accept job offers and whatever. Then that all sort of culminates in a tabletop game where you play against an AI, so to speak. They've got rules and stuff that they follow.
Yeah.
And then you kind of do an after the game type off-table thing where you sort of resolve your rewards and rival stuff. You
Casualties and stuff like that.
Yeah, all that kind of stuff. And that entire thing consists of one turn. So
yeah,
you can
I love the like off the table kind of stuff that this game is bringing. It's kind of like, it kind of reminds me of like KOTOR, the Star Wars game, when before you land on a planet, you can do stuff on your ship, while you're flying to wherever you're going. Like being able to do that between games, but you're not actively playing the game, but you're still playing the game. You're still doing these different things like resolving stuff and doing other little side quests, I guess you could call them, and stuff like that, which is sick. I love that. You're not just rolling dice and seeing what hits and what doesn't. There's heaps more to it as well.
Yeah, and from what I've read, it's basically what I would want in almost all of my campaign games. You want it to sort of like if you're playing Warcry or any game, small sort of skirmish game, even Test of Honor or anything.
Yeah.
You want to be able to play that game, but then your friend goes home and you're chilling, you can't play the models anymore. It would be nice to be able to continue that in a sort of an exciting narrative kind of way that's a little bit more deeper than, hey, you get some coins, buy some new equipment, upgrade a dude, and that's it,
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
Whereas this one just takes it to a super deep level. Like, there was so much stuff. I forget what I was trying to do. I was sort of scrolling through trying to figure out what the next part I do when I land on a planet is. And even like what the campaign turn is. I've got them step by step if you want me to quickly run through them to give you just
go for it, dude, because I didn't even get to that phase. I rolled up my characters and I was like getting ready to roll up a ship. Yeah. Actually, I rolled up a ship. I got a worn freighter.
Hey.
And that's literally as far as I got. I didn't get a tiptoe further than that, man.
Yeah, I didn't really either, but I've read ahead, but I'm not up to doing this sort of stuff yet. I just kind of wanted to know what does the actual campaign look like? Yeah. So, step 1 is travel. So say, these are just campaign turns. So this happens on your first game, but this happens, maybe you've been playing for a few weeks and you're 6 campaign turns deep. This is what a turn looks like. So step 1 is your travel phase, which includes fleeing. The very first thing is to check if you have to flee an invasion. So randomly, the world you're on could get invaded, and you have to try and flee.
I love it. It's just a normal thing. It's just like, any old Tuesday. It's like, oh, we're being invaded again. Let's get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, I mean, you may even have to abandon your ship to get out of there, which is crazy. Yep. So, you kind of lose all your progress too on the planet. If I had it there's a whole page just for this one step of fleeing invasion, which is just something that might happen. So that kind of gives you an idea of how deep the game is.
Yeah.
So the second thing you do, this is the travel step still, so you decide whether or not you're going to travel, stay on the same world, or go somewhere new, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
If you do travel, you do the third step of a random travel event, which is very cool. And then if you get to a new world, you roll up your new world. So again, just like you rolled a ship or a person, it's got like traits and stuff.
Yep.
To give you a feeling. Then once you're at that world, that you go into step 2, or I should say, so each step has like many steps, so...
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys are exhausted walking up this many steps as I am. But, so step 2 is the world, and that's where you sort of upkeep and do all your ship repairs.
Mm-hmm.
So this is you chilling on the world. And then you can assign and resolve crew tasks. So you send your crew out to do stuff. Whether they
So
be...
you can send them out to, like, complete, like, little missions or stuff like that, or...
Yeah. So you could send a crew out to go find a patron, so to go find someone who's going to give you a job.
Oh,
Or
yeah.
you could send one out to be a decoy, which is like, in the game, there's these things called rivals, which are like basically your sworn enemies.
Yeah.
And I don't know the exact mechanic, but they come back at, I think, later, like after you've played your game, to have negative effects. So sending out a decoy decreases the chance of you having to fight a rival or whatever.
Interesting.
And they can go looking for gear. They can do all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
Bunch of cool shit.
Hell yeah.
Once you've done that, you determine your job offers, assign equipment, resolve any rumors. So there's things called quest rumors. So you can see if those rumors lead to anything, which is dope.
Nice.
And then you choose your battle. And then step 3 is the actual tabletop battle. So all that stuff I was talking about is just stuff you can do on your own, in your own time, any day of the week, which is very cool. Unreliant on what other people are doing.
Yeah.
And then there's as many steps for the post-battle sequence. So I won't get into all that. Some of them are like gather the loot, get paid, see what you found on the battlefield.
Yeah.
Upgrade your crew. Yeah, purchase items, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Hell yeah. I love all that sort of narrative side of things, like, being able to send crew out to do stuff and all in the off game sort of side.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh man, I'm so keen on playing this game, and we were talking earlier about like trying to intertwine our campaigns together, and we can both play at home, but our games might cross paths. We might end up on the same planet or something like that, which would be pretty sick.
It would be very, very cool. You could almost do it in such a way that, like, hey guys, before, if you're playing a campaign with a bunch of people, be like, all right, everyone, we're going to participate in the battle together, but throughout this week, make sure you do all your pre-battle stuff. So, and then maybe have a group chat where you're all talking about, all right, I send my crew out to do all this. I found this, I did this. Like, there's that cool, the story builds throughout the week, and then you guys all get together and throw dice and play a game. It even mentions in the book, like, you can use this as a GM, a game manager, or a game master, sorry, and use it as an RPG sort of system.
Hell yeah.
So it's like 150 pages of actual rules. To actually play the game, it feels less than that. It's more intuitive, but there's so much there that this is such a deep game, which is awesome.
Yeah. I was blown away when I opened up the PDF and started flicking through it. Just couldn't, like, it's got things for everything, I guess, like, so you don't really run into those tricky situations where it's like, well, what do I do here? How do I do that? It's in there.
Yeah. And it's great because it doesn't leave you. But so far, I mean, we haven't played through even our first campaign turn, but just reading the rules and everything, it hasn't left me wanting. It hasn't left me going, oh, I wish they had added this.
Yeah.
Every section I go through, whether it's readying for battle or core mechanics or whatever, I'm just like, wow, thank goodness they added that. I've always wanted that in the game.
Yeah, hell yeah.
So
I was interested with the whole character creation thing, like rolling on the table. So you start with a D100, and your first roll, anywhere between 1 and 60, you just get an ordinary human.
Yeah.
So straight up, I'm like, damn, okay, chances of rolling humans is 50-50, but it's pretty high.
Yeah. It's a high 50.
Yeah. And I rolled up 2 to start with, and I was just like, okay, this is going to be one of those kind of games where I'm just playing nothing but humans.
Yeah.
And then I rolled up an alien and a bot, and then I rolled a strange character, which was sick.
That's cool.
Frothed that. Kind of disappointed that I got a mysterious past, which means I'm a human, but I'm just mysterious.
Oh,
I was
really?
like, I was like, okay. My luck ends here.
Yeah. So your strange character was just a mysterious human.
Yeah.
Yeah, it feels like a cop-out.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, you've got a high chance of rolling humans, and we're going to add this mysterious human.
Yeah.
Aren't they all mysterious?
I think so.
Yeah.
So that was a bit disappointed there. But the whole D100 thing was great. Like, having not played many RPGs and stuff, I was like, wait a minute, what's a D100? I'm like, oh yeah, it's like a D66. It's like you roll a D10, take the first number, and then you roll it again and take the second number. You know, like your 10s and your 1s units.
That makes sense.
Yeah. So I'm sitting here at the table rolling this little D10.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah. It was good fun. It was actually, it was really good fun just creating the lists, you know, the crew.
Yeah, I loved, like, so for the crew, you, like Shane said, you roll up the, like their, what do you call that? Their type, I guess.
Yeah.
What kind of
their
species
race.
they are. Race, yeah. And then from that, you also roll up background, motivation, class on all these D100 tables. So there's tons of options.
Oh, yeah.
And it kind of feels like, yeah, obviously it's all random and you're doing the legwork in your head, but it feels like these characters just come to life as you roll more information about them. And suddenly,
definitely.
by the time you've got all 4 specs, stats, you've got like a mini story in your head for your characters.
Hell yeah. Like my first one was, I rolled up a human, and his background was he was living on a subjugated colony on an alien world, and I'm just like, wow. There's an entire story there in that one background, you know. And his motivation is faith, so he's got some kind of divine being that he's, you know, trying to worship or whatever.
Yep.
And his class is a troubleshooter, and I was like, okay, that's kind of interesting.
Interesting.
Yeah. So the ability to create these stories from each of these characters just by rolling on this table is sick. And I guess you're only limited to your own, you know, creativity.
So you've alluded to one of, was that your leader you were talking about, or just
I haven't picked my leader yet. That was just the first. The first one I rolled. If the first one you roll is your leader, then I guess it's him.
Oh no, I think you roll them and then you just pick and you go, this bish is my leader.
Oh yeah, okay, cool, yeah.
So
sweet. That was just the first one I rolled up, and I just rolled. I rolled it in that order. You know, I rolled their race, then their background, their motivation, then their class, and then I did it again and again for each one.
Oh yeah, that's a cool way of doing it.
Yeah. So I sort of I'd see these characters come to life, and then I'd you know, start again and roll the next one, and yeah.
So run me through your crew. Tell me a story. What kind of characters you got there? What do you see their mini stories as? Like, you've got your first guy, you said, did subjugated colony mean like they're on an alien planet, but there's like a little human colony sort of being ruled by these aliens?
That's what I'm picking up out of that. Yeah. That's the way I imagined it. It's interesting to think, like, how would this colony even get there to become subjugated on an alien world? Like, you know, like, were they just like this whole colony maybe was like kidnapped, and then the aliens just put them there as like a zoo or something? I don't know.
I like that.
Yeah.
My first brain was like the colony was already there, and then the aliens took over their world, but didn't like want to kill them all.
That could be it.
But I liked yours better. I like the idea of like shipping them in crates on a giant Noah's Ark type of thing. Now the aliens go and go pay admission and go watch the humans.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe it's like a petting zoo. They can take it to like different other alien worlds and show off all these strange looking humans.
And that's why your guy's a troubleshooter, because they keep like giving him toys and tasks to do.
Yeah.
It's like a
putting
clever
the blocks in the right holes, the square one and the surround one. Yeah.
I'm a troubleshooter.
So that's my first guy. My second guy I brought up, another human. His background was Tech Guild, which straight away had me thinking of like the Adeptus Mechanicus from Warhammer 40k.
Ah, yeah.
This clan or this group of people that worship technology or all that kind of thing. His motivation was fame, which is interesting. Like, it's what he wants to be, the next like TikTok star.
Yeah.
So
yeah, fair enough.
I don't know how I'm going to go with him, but I'm sure we'll figure something out. And his class was an agitator, and I'm just like, do you just piss people off? Is that what you do? Because the only thing I got out of that was arrival. Yeah,
Interesting.
I'm just like, you purely designed just to agitate people and just to get under their on their nerves and shit.
Well, then he sounds like the perfect TikToker, to be honest, dude.
Exactly.
So wait, so he's from the Tech Guild, and he wants fame, and he agitates people. So I'm imagining this. I'm imagining the Tech Guild is like, the Adeptus Mechanicus.
Yeah.
But there's an upper echelon, and everyone worships all these cool things that the Elon Musks and what's the Apple guy's name?
Jeff Bezos from Amazon.
Yeah. And so your guy wants to be one of those, but everyone else hates him because he just like pisses them off.
He just pisses people off. Yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect. So after I rolled up those two nerds, the next one was my first alien, right?
Oh, hello.
Which was I don't know how to pronounce it. It's Karen.
Oh, yeah.
Karen?
Yep. Oh, boy. Karens.
It's a Karen.
Mate, you've got the whole 2020 wrapped in a thing. You got TikTokers, you got Karens.
Oh, man. All right. Next I need is like some like anti-vaxxer or something.
You'll get it. You'll get it. I believe you. A mysterious character.
Yeah. So the Karen, their background was an orphan from the Unity program.
Interesting.
Unity, I didn't look too much into it, but it seems to be like a megacorp that might be bad. Like,
okay.
I kind of imagine them as like the like Weyland Yutani from like the Alien series, like this company that all they do is care about profit, nothing else kind of thing.
Yeah, I get that. You triggered something in my brain. I think I read a little bit about them in the introduction. I think Unity might be basically the one world government kind of thing, like the people that sort of binds all the civilization into the core worlds.
Okay, yeah.
I'm spitballing here because I've just remembered something about them. That's why they're called Unities. They're sort of the unifiers of like all the core worlds. And
like
so,
a galactic federation, like that just like link all the planets together. Yeah.
Totally. Yeah.
Yeah. So he's some sort of orphan from one of their programs, I guess.
Okay.
His motivation is escape, which is very, very fitting.
Makes sense.
He's escaped this program. And his class is Enforcer, which to me is like a security guard or a planetary like defense kind of guy.
Yeah, okay.
Police officer or something like that.
It's ironic he's wanted to escape his whole life, probably from the orphanage, and then probably from this new job that he's in that he hates, being an enforcer.
Yeah.
But, I mean, he's got to do it because it's Unity, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, who knows?
Unity made me do it. I wonder if through your adventures there's going to be conflicts between the bloke that was on a world oppressed by aliens and the alien in your group who's an enforcer.
Yeah, maybe. That'd be spicy.
Can't wait to see that in fighting.
Something's going to happen, surely.
Yeah.
Fourth up, I rolled a bot.
Interesting.
And I was just like, okay, so it says don't roll on any of the tables, no background, motivation, or class.
Oh.
That's it. That's all they are. They're just a bot.
Oh.
So their stat line is similar to a human, I suppose. Like they've got an extra reaction, so I guess they're quicker at thinking. they're a bit tougher being a bot, and they have a combat, like they're trained in combat a little bit. But again, I kind of imagine them as synthetics from Alien. Like they could perfectly blend into human society if they wanted to.
Yeah.
I'm kind of torn as to like what model I'm going to use for him, whether I want to have it something that's like obviously robotic, or if I do want to go that whole synth sort of route. And I'm not sure. He's going to be an interesting one.
He's almost more interesting because of the lack of information you have about his past.
Yeah,
his character is going to be determined more by the campaign he has with you.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's very cool.
It's interesting to know. Like, we don't know where he came from or whatever. He's just a robot. I don't know if like we bought him from the Unity store or something like that, or
the old Walmart.
Yeah, Amazon's probably still going.
Yeah, for sure. That's the tech guild now.
Oh, true. After him, I rolled up the Mysterious Human. So with him, I got to roll twice on the background table, and that was it. That was the only extra bonus. Which is interesting. I rolled a low-tech colony, so I imagine some kind of world that didn't embrace technology and live in sort of like a medieval sort of state.
Yep.
And then alien culture. So, which again, I thought maybe that world there was a race of aliens long ago that have been extinct or whatever. So they're surrounded by ruins and pillars and stuff like that of this old, this ancient civilization. So maybe they worship that.
Yeah, that's cool.
I don't know. Yeah,
that's very cool. So they're almost like primitive. Like surrounded by all this old stuff that once was probably high tech, but they themselves are primitive and it's all ruins.
Yeah.
And he's from there, but no one knows much about that place or her.
No, that's right. His motivation is glory, so he wants to be famous again, I guess.
Yeah.
And his TikToker. Class is a nomad. Another TikToker, yeah. Yeah. He's going for Snapchat though.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
That's why he's a nomad.
Yeah.
Very cool. That's a cool little ragtag crew, man.
Yeah. Last one was an engineer, so another alien.
That's right. 6.
Yeah. I rolled up 6. He's from a lower mega city class, so I guess he's like the imagine like a hive city kind of thing.
Yep.
His motivation is discovery, and his class is a hacker.
So that all makes sense.
Yeah, engineers are actually good with tech, so I'm lucky to roll a hacker on that one, so that's even better.
Yeah, that's good synergy there.
Yeah.
He's from this low mega city, so he's has to do a lot of the dirty work himself. Doesn't pay no fancy person to do all his hacking.
That's it. Hell yeah, dude. So that's my little crew. It's going to be really cool modelling them, and I think I got a good variety there. I was so lucky with that role. So,
do you think you'll buy new models for all this, or like kit bash what you've got?
Oh, that's good, man. I don't know. Infinity models I think would work pretty good with this.
Yeah.
And I've got one at the moment which I'm going to paint up for the TCG's boys paint comp. So
you're gonna slap some pink paint on there
somewhere. Yeah. So I reckon I might try and use her in here somewhere.
Cool.
And then from there the world is my oyster, I guess.
Yeah, that's very cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
Infinity models are great. I think one of the things I didn't like about Infinity models is that I liked so many of their range from different factions, and I was kind of like, well, that's annoying because, like, first of all, if I get into it, I'm going to go full Warhammer and have, like, 6 factions and play the game, like, once a month.
Yeah.
And it's just going to be a whole money sink, and I can't afford that. But I don't like any one faction enough just to be, like, fully into it, you know?
Yeah, well, I guess with this, you can buy individual models from different factions and just run them all together.
Yeah, exactly. I'll just pick the cool models that suit what my characters are, which is sick.
Hell yeah, dude. Tell me about your crew.
Well, at first, so I rolled up my crew originally last week sometime, and it was insanely boring. I mean, it wasn't. I just rolled a crew of 6 because you can actually choose, which I later found out, between 4, 5, or 6. Doesn't actually make a huge difference. It just makes your early missions a little bit more of a, I guess, getting started kind of vibe.
Yeah.
Smaller games and whatnot.
Yeah.
But so I originally started with 6, and 5 of them were humans.
Oh, wow. What was your 4th one? Sorry, your 6th one.
Nice maths.
Yeah. I'm not a smart man.
I'm not a smart man. My 6th one was, I believe, an alien. And no, wait. A bot. It was a bot as well.
Okay, yeah. So essentially 6 humans.
Yeah, effectively.
Yeah.
And whilst all their backgrounds and stuff were cool, I was like, well, at the end of the day, it's like I'm just playing. Yeah, I just wanted. Maybe I think I wanted something a little bit diverse, bit more diverse. Because then you told me about your crew, like what you rolled up, and I think you just mentioned their species, and I was like, oh man, that's way cooler.
Yeah.
So then I was fine to go with it, and then later I realized you could start the game with 4, and I was like, you know what? Even painting 6 models for me is a struggle. I looked at my cabinet, and there's so many little groups of 5 models I have that are painted. 5 Skitarii Rangers, 5 Skaven Rats, 5 ships, 4 ships. And I was like, you know what? I feel like 4 or 5 is my limit, so I'm going to start with 4 people.
Yeah.
But I'm going to re-roll. So instead I rolled 3 humans and an alien.
And an alien. What alien did you roll?
I rolled a feral.
Okay.
Which I've known up until this point, but now I've suddenly forgotten sort of like what they look like. Let me just quickly scroll down. I've got the PDF in front of me, which is handy, the power of the interwebs. So a feral is a humanoid animal hybrid. So that's my shit right there.
Yeah, the one in the book kind of looks like a lizard with like dragon wings, but he's standing upright.
Exactly. And my first thought was slap some wings on a Kroot and I'm good.
Ah, yeah, true.
Because it's
you don't even need wings, dude.
Nah, I don't think so.
It says, just run a
It says
Kroot.
Typically patterned on earth predators such as wolves or large cats, but that says typically.
Yeah.
Originally engineered for military purposes, they are considered an independent species in unified space.
Nice.
So I do also like the idea of like potentially being a wolf. Something.
Oh, I'm looking at the wrong picture. The Swift is actually the one that I'm looking at. They're a winged lizard people.
Oh.
Yeah. It's a little bit confusing. Like it's like the writing is next to that picture, but it's meant to be below it.
Even though I read it was patterned on earth predators such as wolves or large cats, I thought it was showing this lizard thing as an exception. So it's like it's not always that.
Yeah.
But you're right.
Yeah, because it says typically. But yeah, so yours is the little werewolf kind of looking guy above.
Oh, that's cool.
He's cool. He's very cool. But you could still easily use a Kroot for that model.
Sure.
Like, these are all just like suggestions, more like guidelines. Like,
for sure.
You know, it's not the be all end all.
I've just on that same page across his strange characters, and then there's like a guy that kind of looks like a half Gene Stealer cult dude.
Yeah.
I was like, man, I wish you got an alien that you could roll into a Gene Stealer cult.
True.
You're mysterious
you know what, though?
human. It's mysterious.
I could always just use like a GSC like body and just put a normal head on it or something.
For sure. Man, we're going to have so much fun making these little crews.
Hell yeah.
I'm super excited. Anyway, that's not what you asked. You asked what my crew is, so I'm going to run through them. So the first human, I gave them names while you were off getting a drink before.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, quickly generated some names.
Nice.
The first human, my leader, Zaven Fox.
Nice.
His background is he's from a frontier gang. So he's a bit of a ganger.
Okay, a bit of a gangster.
And his motivation is truth, which I find interesting. I'm going to let that one play out somehow through the story.
Yeah.
There's obviously some sort of quest or some sort of thing he's after. He wants to get to the bottom of something.
Yeah.
I don't know what that is yet. I'll let that develop. But his class is a punk, which makes sense, having been in a gang. So I'm getting this kind of like Underhive ganger kind of vibe from him. but he wants to get to the bottom of something, and that's brought him out of that wherever he was being a ganger.
Yeah.
So he's sort of
Nice.
like, yeah, he's after something, Shane. He's gonna find out what it is. So he's a bit more scrappy than the others. The second human I rolled is Horace Kerensky, who is also from the Tech Guild.
Ooh.
Yeah, and he's a special agent on the road to discovery. So I'm guessing I don't really know how I'm going to work this guy. He's from the Tech Guild, who wants to discover something. So I'm guessing like there's a piece of equipment, maybe a blueprint for it, and he's like, something like this once existed, but I got to find out what it is. But he's a special agent, so he's going to have to do a bit of undercover work to try and... He knows some people that know some things, and he's going to try and sneak in and get some information from them to discover this thing.
Or maybe he's on the road of self-discovery and just wants to find himself.
Well, there you go. There you go.
Who knows, dude?
Who knows? Only Horace knows. I like he's a special agent on the road to self-discovery. Who am I really? Outside of the Tech Guild? Who am I?
Yeah, you just imagine him as just like this like big buff dude in like a black suit, and he's just like, I need to find myself.
Someone's like, what are you... So, hey man, why are you coming on this mission? I'm on the road to discovery. Oh, really? What are you trying to discover? Myself.
My inner self.
My inner self. The rarest treasure of them all. My identity. So my third human is Winter Holt, which is a cool name.
Nice.
He's from a peaceful high-tech colony, but he's a technician who wants power.
Not so peaceful in the end, maybe.
Yeah. So he grew up in a high-tech colony as a technician, but I'm feeling like he's kind of got a chip on his shoulder because it's a high-tech colony. There were so many people as good, if not 10 times better at his particular job. The world is filled with technicians. Maybe it was even out of work because everyone's just so good at tech. It's like me being a technician at my school. The more young uni students that come through as teachers that just know how to do everything because like they're so integrated to their uni degrees, I'm like, man, these people are teaching me how to do stuff.
You're obsolete, dude.
I'm obsolete. My only hope is that the 50 and 60-year-old teachers that are going to be there for another 30 years are going to keep me employed. Even just two of them. Two solid 60-year-old keep me in a full-time job. So
they just like, I can't get the internet working. Why isn't the internet working? It's like, you haven't entered your password. Oh, what's my password?
I don't know that. Well, I don't know it either. But I mean, you've logged into your computer. You had to type in your password. Oh, is it the same as that? Yeah, it is. Oh, I don't know that. I don't know that one. You just typed it in. Anyways.
Yeah.
So that's him. He's a technician. And then my feral alien, a real Venno.
Ooh, spicy.
Spicy indeed. Who up until now I thought was a Kroot, but now I'm thinking he's a furry Kroot.
A furry Kroot. You do you, dude.
Yeah,
you do
I will. Maybe I'll get one of my Wolfen models and he'll be that. That's probably pretty perfect.
That's not bad.
He's from a military outpost.
Perfect fitting because, ferals were designed for military use.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
That's true. His next two are interesting. His motivation is faith. So he's a faith-going military outpost feral who is also a hacker. So I think
he's just a bit of everything.
Yeah. Now, some of my characters were a bit, it's interesting. You could probably make their stories work. But what really helped me was you can, there's another chart after that. I don't know if you did this one where you can like roll how they found each other, like what sort of brings them together.
Oh, I didn't know.
I forget what it's called. Let me scroll down and double check it.
It's I was reading it because it says it's like it's not important, but like it's strongly suggested. It's like recommended.
Yeah, it's flavor details they call it.
Yeah.
So it says your first roll is we met through, and then gives you a circumstance, and then the other one is we are best characterized as. and then it gives you something you're best characterized as. So mine, they met through being old war buddies.
Nice.
Which actually helped me a lot, because then I was like, all right, before they were what's written on this paper, they all participated together in some sort of massive conflict.
Yeah.
Be it a civil war or whatever. They were together. They were all close, because nothing brings you closer than having people around you blown to pieces and having each other's back.
Exactly.
And then through this war, they sort of some got promoted, demoted, moved to different, branches or whatever, and that's sort of where they became who they were. So Zaven got kicked out. That's the leader. That's me, Zaven Fox.
Yep.
He got kicked out for whatever reason, because he was and that's where his motivation of truth comes into it. Maybe something happened, a little bit of something sneaky in the military, and he was trying to expose something, but got kicked out. And he had to flee to one of the frontier worlds, where he became a ganger and a punk, because he was just like, he wants to fight still. That's what he's good at. But he's kind of hunted,
Yeah. Hell yeah, dude.
And then the others, Horus was a special agent, and he joined the Tech Guild to try and find something out, hence Discovery. Winter Holt was a great technician, so they slowly moved him towards a high-tech colony. They sent him over there because he was getting real good.
Yep.
And then they shipped the Feral, after the war was over, to the military outpost, because that's what he was good at. They posted him up there.
Where he belongs.
Where he belongs. In the military outpost, where you belong. So now they've rejoined. They've finally found themselves for whatever. They've managed to escape those backgrounds. And now they're best described as living the dream, because they're back together. Dream. They got a ship. They got some credits and a couple guns in their ship. They're ready to go.
That is it, man. Fucking oath. That is living the dream.
Yeah, I reckon.
Yeah. So, yep. Hell yeah.
That was cool. That helped me sort of bring them all together and sort of bring all these ragtag people into one cohesive story. And that got me real excited to go, all right, now I want to see these guys hit the table. They've got that synergy from fighting together all those years ago, and now they've got this unique... They're excited just to, travel to planets, drink some beverages, have a few scuffs.
Fuck yeah.
So, yeah, it's going to be good, man.
You know what I might do? I might roll mine live now.
Oh, yes. I was hoping you would.
I have a D10 in my hand.
Ooh. Okay. All right.
You ready?
I'm ready.
So roll on the we met through table. So it's a D100. So the first roll will be the tens digit.
Yep.
Second roll will be the ones. All right, here we go.
All right.
So first roll is a 6.
Okay. All right.
So 63. 63. What did I get? Random meeting in a bar, of course.
Of course. How every RPG begins.
Yeah. I'm going to write that down just to make sure that I don't forget it.
Sure.
Random.
So all
meeting.
6 of them somehow met in a bar. You have to make that work.
That's going to be interesting.
They all came to this one planet that you start on together for completely different reasons.
Yeah,
and then
they're all just knocking back some fruffies.
Yeah.
And for one reason or another, they become friends.
Yeah.
Let's see how they're characterized as.
Yeah.
All right, ready? First roll?
Yep. I can almost hear the dice.
Is a 5. You probably could if I moved my microphone, but that'll make too much noise.
Fair enough.
So 5, and the second roll is a 0, so 50. What did I get for 50? Starport scum. Love it.
Starport scum.
So they met in a bar for whatever reason. Maybe got in a few scuffles, and now they're just like the scumbags that hang out in the starport asking people for ciggies.
That's awesome. I love that, because that could be what. Maybe it was a starport bar. Some of them had been there for a few weeks, and they all just kind of like hung around there, sort of waiting for a job to cut their teeth on. And as time went by, more of the starport scum started to gather, and then there was 6 of them. That's awesome.
I love it.
The bot is
you heard it here first.
Yeah, that's it. This is hot off the press. That's cool. Yeah.
Cool.
After this episode, I'm just going to jump on Throw the Dice and see what Infinity models they have in stock.
True.
I say after this episode, I'm literally typing it in now.
You wait, we're nearly done.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. Sorry. Add to cart. Oh, wait. I need to do my characters. Yeah. Yeah, man. This is going to be cool. I can't wait
It's going to be sick.
I can't wait to both hear about like your crew and what they're doing on their part of the world that's in the same galaxy as mine, but also like to then culminate. Maybe you play through 6 campaign turns, I play through 2, but then we meet and like it's the same story, you know?
Yeah, hell yeah. Like crossover episodes, man, you know, like...
Oh, for sure.
It's going to be sick. Now, before everyone gets too excited, this isn't a journey into...
No.
We just want to tell you about this cool thing that we found without any assistance.
All by ourselves.
All by ourselves. No, that's a lie. That's a flat out lie.
You know who I think
we
would really enjoy this?
Discord community.
I think Rad and MJ would really love this.
Yeah, we should let them know right now.
Yeah, let's do
it. Thank you guys in the Discord for showing us things like this, and you know, War Surge, which Moose pointed out to us months before we realised. We love finding stuff like this, and you guys being able to share all that stuff is so awesome. So hopefully we can use this podcast as a medium to share our little adventures with you. You know, already seeing battle reports about what Rad's been up to, his crew. He wrote full-on paragraphs, photos and everything, so that's sick.
Yeah, that's awesome. Oliver as well got around it. He built his crew and posted that. He got a hectic crew. It was awesome. He got just quickly got 3 humans, a Karen and a feral and a bot. So he's basically our crews combined.
Hell yeah.
But that's cool. So if you're playing this or interested in it, definitely jump in our Discord. Links on our hobbyhomies.com. Jump in the Discord and jump in the skirmish general chat and let us know your missions. Give us battle reports like Rad's been doing. Tell us about your crew.
Yeah, that's it, man.
That'd be sick.
Yeah, I'm still, even the hobby side of things, I can't wait to do, you know. It's gonna be so good.
You can you can do whatever you want with the bases. The colors would make more sense not to match, unlike every other war game where it's like make sure your squads are recognizable.
Yeah,
this one it's like who gives a shit.
Exactly, and like you can paint the models to just look completely different. It doesn't matter. They don't have to all be wearing the same gear and everything like that.
Yeah, they shouldn't.
Yeah.
You know, before maybe your campaign started, before that very day they met in the bar, they didn't know each other. Why would they be wearing the same stuff?
Yeah.
So, that's sick.
Hell yeah.
So, we're excited about it. And we'll see how we go. I wonder how there's so much stuff coming out, so much stuff happening. You know, we've been talking to the War Surge boys, the new kill team's coming out, then we got this.
Oh man, we've got there's just so much. There's not enough time to do everything.
Nah, there's going to be an absolute frenzy when lockdown ends and we can play games. It's going to be like, well, what do we want to do? We can do anything.
Yeah.
So, but this is great because, you know,
hell yeah.
This one doesn't require us to play with each other or other people. You can just do your own thing. Have a chill. Have a beer by yourself. Kick your feet up and explore space.
Exactly. Hey, Fox, do you know what a parsec is?
Did I just hear you like... I thought I heard you scuffle some paper.
No, you didn't. It's feedback.
Okay. I thought I heard... Fox, do you know what a parsec is? Because if you don't, off the top of my head... No, I don't actually, dude. I don't.
It's a unit of measure. It's approximately 3.2 light years.
Okay, I thought that because that's the Star Wars thing, right? He made the Kessel Run in some parsecs, which is actually a measurement of length, which Solo tried to fix. Not that we needed it. Anyways, I digress. There you go. How many light years?
3.26.
So the game is... Oh, I can't do maths like that, but I mean...
Over 15.
Oh, okay, cool. There you go.
You're a long way from home.
Yeah. A few light years, yeah.
A few light years.
That's cool.
I wrote that down expecting that you were going to try and like throw it at me, and I'd be like, well, actually.
I didn't even try, man. Once I heard, I gave up. I knew you were prepared. Damn, I thought it was 3.21. My bad.
It's all right, dude. I didn't know how 3 what anything. So
oh, there you go. It's almost pi.
It's almost pi. Yeah.
It's almost pi. 3.42 something.
Something. This isn't a math.
3.142,
anyway.
I think.
That's it. That's it. As always, thank you for listening. Massive shout out to our patrons, Burnsy, Whack, Final, Foggy Highway, Joey P, Lockie, MJ, Lethal, Moose, and Pinny.
Elko, Arkham, Caitlin, Dave, Churchy, Rad, Ollie, Hockers, Aggro, Gridlock. Thank you all so much. Everyone else, we got 2 weeks to go in the winter painting competition. This one has dope prizes, man.
You know, with all these lockdowns, I've been waiting to get the trophies out for the last one.
You thought, I've got some extra time.
I'm just going to I'm waiting for the plaques to get engraved. So if you're listening now and you realize you haven't got your trophy from the last one, it's coming. I promise it is coming. I just can't get
patient. There. The oxen is slow.
Yes.
And we are the oxen.
We are slow indeed.
But rest assured, whatever we have promised you will be delivered in a wizard's time frame.
Exactly.
But yeah, so 2 weeks to go. Winter painting comp. It's simple. You just paint any model using the colors blue, white, grey. Is that it?
Yep. Yeah,
and it doesn't have to be just those. It just has to contain those on it mostly.
Yeah.
And you can win. First prize is an Underworld starter set.
Yeah. What is it? Diachasm?
Diachasm. Yep.
Sick.
Second prize, $50 Guff voucher. And then everyone that enters goes in the chance to win a random $50 Throw the Dice voucher.
Hell yeah.
So even just by entering, even if you just paint something and you're like, I'm probably not going to win, but I did the winter comp theme. Done. You're in. You could.
That's it.
You could win something to equal second prize.
Absolutely. And we've also got giveaways going as well. We've got the Test of Honor one, which is a box of, what is it, Scouts? There's like a guy on horseback, and then there's some other Ashigaru.
Yeah. It's Ashigaru,
so that's really cool.
Scouts. It's very cool.
Yep. That's on our Facebook, and what post tag a homie. And our Patreon giveaway as well, which every patron goes in the running, no matter what tier, goes in the running to win a hobby resupply pack, which comes with paints and brushes and all kinds of hobby goodness to top up, whatever you might be running low on. And yeah, that's about it. All the other things, like Fox said, are hobbyhobbies.com. Yeah.
And we'll see you next Sunday for an episode on hot air balloons. Are they the fastest balloon travel?
Well, I mean, depending, balloon travel, it could be Zeppelins, it could be blimps, because they are different technically. But anyway, that's next week's episode.
Yeah, we don't want to get into that now. No. You have to stay tuned for that one.
All right, thanks for listening. Hooroo.
Doodle.